Many people feel pressure today. It does not always come from people around them. It often comes from rules that seem to be everywhere. These rules are quiet, but they are constant. They do not shout. They do not explain themselves. They simply exist. They move through daily life, through work, through social space, and even through moments that should feel private. This feeling is common. This feeling is normal. Many people live with it for a long time without giving it a clear name. These rules are not always written. Often, they are invisible. They appear as expectations that float in the background of everyday life. There is an idea of how a normal day should look. There is an idea of how much should be done. There is an idea of how a person should act, feel, and react. These ideas are not always spoken, but they shape many small decisions. People feel them even when no one says anything directly. Some of these rules are connected to time. There is a sense that time must always be used well. Hours feel measured, even when no one is counting them. Empty time can feel uncomfortable. Slow moments can feel wrong. Sitting without a clear reason can feel like a mistake. Even rest can feel like something that needs to be earned. This creates a steady tension that stays close from morning to night. Days can feel full before they even begin. The mind wakes up already thinking about what should happen. The body moves, but the sense of hurry is already present. Even simple moments feel framed by time. Nothing feels completely open. Everything feels slightly watched by an invisible clock. Other rules are connected to movement and progress. There is a quiet idea that life should always move forward. Staying in one place can feel dangerous. Repeating the same routine can feel like falling behind. Even calm periods can feel suspicious. People often feel that life should look active and changing, even when their inner state asks for stillness. Progress becomes a background expectation. There is pressure to grow, to improve, to move somewhere else. Even when life feels stable, this stability can feel temporary. It can feel like something that needs to be justified. The idea of being enough as things are can feel fragile. There are also rules about visibility. Life today is often seen by others, even without direct contact. Actions leave traces. Choices can be noticed. Silence can be read in many ways. There is pressure to respond, to react, and to stay present in many spaces at the same time. Being reachable becomes part of identity. This visibility takes energy. Even when it feels small, it adds weight. The feeling of being seen, even quietly, changes how people move through the day. Private space becomes smaller. Quiet moments feel less protected. Many rules live inside the mind. They sound like inner standards that never fully rest. They compare today with yesterday. They compare one person with another. They measure speed, direction, and value. This measuring system works quietly in the background. It rarely stops. Even when a person tries to rest, the system stays active. Because of this, many people feel tired in a deep and lasting way. This tiredness is not only physical, it is mental, it is emotional. It comes from holding many small tensions at the same time. It comes from staying alert for long periods. It comes from watching oneself constantly. This kind of tiredness can exist even when life looks calm from the outside. A person can have a normal routine and still feel drained. There may be no clear crisis. There may be no loud conflict. Still, the pressure stays. It lives in small moments. It lives in quiet thoughts. It lives in the feeling of always carrying something unfinished. The body often shows this pressure first. Shoulders stay tight without a clear reason. Breathing becomes shallow. Sleep feels light and easily broken. Rest does not fully return energy. Even after quiet time, the body can feel ready to react again. The body remembers pressure even when the mind tries to stay calm. There is also a feeling of never being fully done. Tasks end, but the sense of completion does not arrive. One thing finishes, and another appears almost immediately. The list may not be written anywhere, but it exists in feeling. The mind does not close the day easily. It stays open, waiting for what comes next. Rules also touch identity in quiet ways. There are ideas about who a person should be at a certain age. There are ideas about success, balance, and direction. When life does not match these ideas, tension grows. People may feel behind even when they are moving. They may feel wrong even when nothing is clearly wrong. This tension can stay hidden. On the surface, life continues. Inside, comparison works silently. Other lives appear as reference points. These comparisons do not need answers. They only need presence. They sit in the background and add weight to ordinary thoughts. Social space adds another layer to this pressure. Even without direct contact, there is awareness of others. Seeing other lives can create silent questions. These questions do not ask for solutions. They simply stay close. Over time, they make daily experience heavier. This pressure rarely explodes. It spreads slowly. It becomes part of normal life. People learn to live with it. They call it stress, busyness, or fatigue. But underneath, it often comes from the same source. It comes from many rules that never fully leave. Some people feel this pressure as noise in the mind. Thoughts move quickly. They repeat. They return late at night. Silence becomes rare. Rest feels shallow. The mind stays active, even when the body is still. Others feel this pressure as distance. Things that once felt close begin to feel far away. Joy becomes softer. Interest becomes weaker. Life continues, but with less color. This change is slow. It does not have a clear moment. It simply becomes noticeable over time. Many people do not talk about this state. It feels hard to explain. It does not have a clear name. It can feel personal, even though it is shared by many. This silence adds another layer of weight. Carrying pressure alone makes it feel heavier. Rules grow stronger when they are unclear. When expectations are not spoken, they are harder to see. They blend into habits. They become part of how a person understands the world. Over time, it can be difficult to tell where the rules end and where the person begins. This creates a feeling of constant adjustment. People adjust tone, pace, and behavior. They adjust plans and reactions. They adjust even when no one asks them to. This adjustment takes energy. It keeps the body and mind in a state of readiness. Fatigue grows quietly in this space. It does not arrive suddenly. It builds slowly. It settles into the background. People may feel functional but empty, active but tired, present but distant. Life continues, but with careful movement. This tiredness shows itself in small ways. Focus becomes harder to hold. Decisions feel heavier. Simple actions require more effort. The body moves, but without ease. The mind works, but without rest. Many people describe this state as carrying something invisible. Others do not see it. There is no clear sign. Still, the weight is real. It shapes how days feel. It shapes how evenings end. It shapes how mornings begin. Pressure from rules feels different from pressure from people. People can leave. Conversations can end. Rules stay. They follow into private space. They enter quiet moments. They do not need words to exist. They stay present even in silence. Because of this, the pressure can feel constant. It does not rise and fall clearly. It stays at a steady level. Over time, Even steady pressure can exhaust. The system does not break loudly. It wears down quietly. This experience does not mean something is broken. It reflects the environment many people live in. It reflects a world full of signals, measures, and expectations. The human system reacts to this naturally. Many people carry this pressure quietly. They continue to work, care, and connect. From the outside, life looks normal. Inside, energy moves carefully. Each day asks for balance, even when no one names it. This state does not always need a label. It does not always need explanation. It exists as a shared condition, a background feeling, a quiet weight that follows people through ordinary days. It does not shout. It does not demand attention. It stays close. Not dramatic, not loud, just present. And many people feel it.